In the previous video, we went through and we unwrapped our knife, as well as we applied the vertex colors. So what we're going to be doing in this one is going through and actually texturing our knife. So first things first, we want to go ahead and file new once Substance is open, if you haven't already, and simply import our knife and press OK. So that's done, we can go over here, go to Texture Set Settings, scroll down to the bottom, Bake Mesh Maps, output size, we're going to pick 2048. We're going to click on ID, and our color source, we're going to select vertex color and apply to all. And we can select bake selected textures. This will allow us to, Substance to generate a color ID map based off of our vertex colors. Okay, and as you can see, here we have our ID, both maps, or both materials. Now we can just apply some basic materials to them, and then we will start tweaking. So I'm going to go here to Smart Materials. With our base material selected, I'm just going to select steel. Right click, add mask with color selection, pick color, and pick red. So that way it's just on the blade. Then let's search for leather. Here's our leather damaged. We're going to do the exact same thing. Right click, add mask with color selection, pick the pink for our grip or handle. We have that. Now we can do our decor. Go back. We're just going to pick some kind of metal. I'm thinking steel dark aged. All right, better yet, steel bright. See what that looks like. Not a huge fan of it. Delete that. And just steel dark stained. Yeah, that's a little dark. Great. Why not go straight to gold? We're gonna do gold damaged. We'll just make it a little blingy. Oh, there's the gold on it. And now that we have the basics laid out, we can kind of visualize a little easier of what we want it to look like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our base material. I want to add a little bit of rust and scratches and stuff to the blade, as well as some more dirt to areas like the leather on the grip there. So I'm going to go to materials, scroll down, and you'll see rust fine. Drag that up. What I want to do is I want to drag that below our leather damaged. So right there. So that way, no matter what, our leather is not going to have any part of the rust. So now what we can do is we can right click, add a black mask, right click on the black mask, and add a fill. Fill will have this grayscale here. We can click on it and add a couple different things. So I've already searched for rust, but normally you'll see this here and you can scroll through a bunch of things, but search for rust. Since here's grunge stain small hollow, see, that gives it kind of more of a blood stain look to it. So if we wanted to, we could change a couple little things here. There's not a whole lot to actually really change in it. We could alter, let's see, darker red. Thinking this is looking a little bit better as more of a blood stain than a rust. Right click, rename. Speaking of which, where is rename? Oh well. So this will be kind of like our blood. From there you can change a couple, just kind of whatever you want. Subtle changes there to get an effect that you want. So as you can see, this has made them very small. And as you go this way, it makes it larger. So, at 1. See, none of that stuff we're going to really be able to see because it's all handled in our grunge stain. So let's try another one. That is a little much. And this I actually kind of like. So I think I'm going to go with that map. So now that we have some blood, we can actually go and add some scratches into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a fill layer, right click, add a black mask. And on that black mask, let's just add, we'll do the same thing. We'll make it kind of random. So we're going to add a fill and click on our grayscale and search for scratch. Run scratch is rough. See what each kind of looks like. So that's quite a lot of scratches and it's solid white. So I don't want that. Let's see what the other one looks like real quick. Let's go back to the other one. So we're going to stick with here and we're going to make some changes. So as you can assume, if you scroll down here, there's some options here like scratch quantity. So it'll reduce the amount. So we can just have just a little more variation. It'll be very wide, just kind of noticeable. Let's see, what's the dirtiness change? So make them fade a little bit differently and that kind of stuff. So change whatever you really want. Starting to like that. Not exactly sure what balance does. Gotcha. Can that there at 3. Reduce the quantity a little more. And that'll work. It looks nice and scuffed up. So now we can change the actual color. So if we click on the color portion, base color, we're going to click the little eyedropper for color selection. Select the metal. Now we can drag this far right. Here we can choose to kind of make it brighter. I'm just going to go solid white. Kind of change how dark or dull it is. Or that, make it a little darker. I like so. So now it's got some damage to it. I'm not really going to be spending a whole lot of time on this because it's just for video sake. But yeah, now we can move on to the grip. So you double click. So let's call this one scratches. Or better yet, blade scratches. Let's call this one blood stains. There we go. And now we can start doing the grip. So let's see, what's something that we would want to add? It might already have it for us. Oh, it's the dirt. Here we have the grunge map. That means we can try to change some stuff, which it doesn't really have for us. But this one does. So start changing whatever. Let's see. So that's all going to be underneath because of the map. So I want to remove map. I want to just add my own little dirt layer, I think. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to, as usual, just like before, add a fill layer. Bring that to the top. Right click, add a black mask. Actually, better yet, let's add mask with color selection, pick color, the pink. Let's see, that's actually not the route I wanted to go. I'm trying to think. Delete you. I think instead, just gonna paint it on. So let's find just some dirt. So let's search for dirt, see if anything comes up. That's all rust related. I have this dirt here. Just kind of see. Instead, I think I'm just going to paint it on with, let's just try to find a color, something like this color here. So I'm going to click there, the eyedropper, and drop it right in. Then I click the black mask and I can kind of paint more spots like that on. But obviously this brush, it's not going to look very good at all with it. So I'm going to screw over here, go to brushes. I just search for dirt. You have quite a few to choose from. Like this one here. See, it's kind of giving it that little bit of wear. And it's adding on to it. Obviously, probably just use a couple different brushes. If we wanted to add a little really worn spot, such as where it's going to be constantly gripped. So just kind of like right in here. Add a little bit of extra wear slash discoloration into that. So add some random splatter. I don't know, just a couple more just miscellaneous spots. It's really harsh. Add this dry mud brush. I'd say that's pretty good. Good enough. Again, not spending a lot of time. So that's going to be our fill dirt. We can go ahead and I'm just going to save this. Let's work on the details for our scratches on the gold. Probably do the same thing, add a fill layer. Add it above. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Kind of want to stick with the same kind of dealio because I like that color there. Go with the little darker of a brown. So, right click on it, add a black mask. And just simply add in some damaged dirt, etc. What? Alrighty, sorry. Again, I got interrupted again. So, anyways, continuing. I clicked on something else, didn't I? No. Here we are. So just continued adding these dirt stains kind of wherever. Really kind of pile it in here. That's where the hands are definitely going to be grabbing. So odds are it's going to be a little on the dirty side. The same thing kind of here. And I'm just going to call that it for the dirt. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some scratches. Let's name this dirt. Let's add a new fill layer. Add a black mask. Find the color. I'm being blind as a bat again. Just gonna leave that for now. So click on our fill layer, or black mask, I mean. We're gonna add a fill layer. And that's where we're gonna re-add the scratches. So Let's go ahead and change this up a bit. Something along those lines. That'll work. And lower the width a little bit. So this blur gonna change. Just kind of add a little more blur, and I think that's about it. The only thing I want to change would be the color. Add a little more white. Probably tint it down some. Just going straight white. Darken it a bit. Little bit of a yellowish tint. That blends in a little bit better. So now we have just, a basic setup for this. The only thing I would want to do now is, because this is the decor, like the decoration kind of piece, I'm going to do another one with just simply, let's see what the aluminum looks like with just metal. So now whenever we go to export and everything like that, all we have to do is simply toggle one off or the other, and we can easily change the material instance that's being used for it. So we could randomly change it if we wanted to. So anyways, now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and export these. So going back to our knife folder here, I'm going to right click, add a new folder, call it textures. We're going to have two sets. So this one's going to be the base, and the other one's going to be the decor, or the decor. And inside the decor, we're going to do a silver and gold folder. So now let's export. We're going to File, Export Textures. The output template, we're going to select the Unreal Engine 4 directory. We're just going to set it in here for now as needed. So go ahead and hit export. So we're going to drag everything related to the base into base. Here's our decor. Drag that into decor. It's going to be for the silver. So drag it into silver. Do it one more time. Uncheck the base. Just forgot. Hide the aluminum pure. Export textures. Make sure base is unchecked. We're going to go ahead and just save this one directly to the decor folder. Like so, and drag it into the gold. Save on substance and close. So now inside of Unreal Engine, I'm just going to drag out my knife and import it. Set it to create new instance materials. I have my arms here. I'm going to use that as the, that's great. I'll show you from scratch. Never mind. Do not create material. I'm just going to leave everything else the same. So import. Freeze. Hey, there we go. So I have not finished compiling shaders for certain things, I guess. Nope, nope, there it is. It's just running insanely slow. And being insanely laggy as well. There we go. Not sure why that was that big of a pain, but here we have two materials, so I'm going to select base for that guy, and that's for the blade and handle, and that means this one will be for special. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click, create a new material. This one's going to be the base, so m underscore knife master. We have to import the rest of our textures, so I'm going to go ahead and import the base. Drag them up into our material. So I have it listed from the order of the base color. So base color goes to base color, normal goes to normal. So in here, if you read the name, it goes occlusion, roughness, metallic. So that means red being first goes to occlusion, green to roughness, and to metallic, like so. And then you can simply save. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to convert these textures to parameters. Like so. Give this one a name of occlusion, rough, and metallic. Normal. And base color. And simply hit save. Now we can import the rest of the colors for the textures. It's going to create actually let me name this to knife to up a bit. Drag the base into base. And then we have our decor. So the decor is going to all go in there. Same thing with the silver. Oh, derp. They have the same name. Decor gold is what I'm going to call it. And there. Now we have both sets. I'm going to create a new material instance off of our master. Drag it into decor. Move it. A copy and paste it in here. So this one's going to be mi underscore knife decor underscore gold. This one will be our silver. Now let's open up our gold, check the normal base color, etc. We're going to search for knife. We're going to have the knife, the gold base color, the gold and the gold occlusion. Save it and close it. Open up our silver and we'll do the same thing. So we have our decor base color, decor normal, and decor occlusion. And save that. Now if we load up our knife, we have I'll just search for knife. We have our master, and we have our silver. Oh, here's the textured knife. If we want to change it up, we can simply switch to our gold, and we have our version with the gold decor. So get a reference for size. There we are. I think that'll work out quite well. So I'm satisfied with that, at least for the tutorials. I'm not too super focused on quality, as you can tell. But anyways, hopefully this was a little just kind of helper, I guess, to creating just a basic game asset, texturing it in Substance, and importing it into Unreal Engine. I might do another small little video on this where we use Armor Paint instead, since that is free, and I'm assuming there's a lot of you out there, myself included, that don't really want to pay for Substance, or just flat out hate Adobe. Regardless, I will see you in the next one.